Hey guys, Peter here with day 3 of the 12 days Christmas challenge, and well done to everybody yesterday who put comments in about the challenge that they took on, where we learned about the mind's real job is to justify our current emotional state to be in line with our behavior. So no more excuses be gone. But today's challenge centers around an aspect of Christmas that a lot of people struggle with, and that's not giving. It always lights our own smile to put a smile on somebody else's face when we give. But what if somebody says, I don't want your gift? In other words, I'm talking about the ability to receive. And yes, I know some of you out there are being able to take compliments and then brush them off. In other words, someone says, oh, thank you so much. Oh, it was nothing, don't worry. And we essentially take the gift that somebody's trying to give us, which is the compliment, and we invalidate it. And a lot of that has to do with a lack of self-worth. And one of the biggest challenges in today's society with people that are or people's inability to receive is that they mix their self-worth with their net worth. And therefore, a lot of people have financial blocks. And this is why, if you're able to understand how a financial block in your life, which usually manifests in the following ways. For example, you learn different skills, but you make the same amount of money. You try different business opportunities, but you're earning roughly the same, give or take, each year. You have unconscious financial blocks. And a lot of that has to do with an inability to be ready to have. Now, this ties in because the front part of our brain, which is the critical thinking part of our brain, says logically, well, of course I deserve more money. Of course I deserve to have the house, the car, the body, the relationship. But the patterns that are running us unconsciously on the back of the brain are those patterns where we confuse our self-worth and our net worth together, which should never be tied together. Now, you are not what you are worth. You are worth an immense amount, regardless of what's in the bank. You know, as an entrepreneur, if I lost everything tomorrow, happened many times, right? It's not going to affect my self-worth. It'd be a damn good excuse to go again. You know, you're not going to take it with you at the end of this game, guys. I know that because the only people that tried it with the Egyptians, and what happened? Well, we dug it up and stole it. So, you know, if you're trying to benchmark how good you value yourself by what's in your bank, by what car you drive, by what toys you can afford, by where you can put your kids to school and all of that nonsense, right? It's time to look at what's really going on. Your ability to receive either the value of life and the abundance of life, because abundance is really nothing more than having more than you need. And most people, run off in this quest of, like a Solomon's cave, hoping that, one day they'll make enough in order to feel abundant. Abundance is not something you acquire. It's something you tune into. Quote from Wayne Dyer there, the late great. So yeah, today's challenge is twofold. One is it's being able to unhook your self-worth from your net worth, or at least spot where the pattern shows up. And for those of you that are struggling to receive compliments, I challenge you that the next time somebody pays you a compliment or recognizes something that you do, or even says thank you, you take the time to feel it. You don't automatically go to your head and say, oh, that was nothing, don't worry, or brush it off, or say, oh, it's okay. The typical tendency, especially in England, I want you to take time, feel the gift that they're giving, because if you take that gift and don't even unwrap it, then it's going to make the gift that they're giving invalidated, and you're essentially robbing them of the opportunity to have that feeling. So look at it that way. Don't make it about you and patterns of self-worth and insecurity. Making it about you allowing somebody else to feel the greatness in being able to give, which is what Christmas is about. So that's all I have for you today, guys, and something to ponder. And tomorrow we're going to be going into an incredible subject, which is really the most important skill that you want to learn if you want to get to that level of emotional maturity we talked about on day 1. I love you. Leave some comments below. Go enjoy today's challenge, and I'll see you tomorrow.